Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Hey, we got an early start this morning. We woke up at 4 a.m. and got ourselves in the lineup for the ferry to Vancouver Island. And that went pretty smoothly for us, actually. And we're now on board ship and we'll be sailing soon. We're going to try to grab some breakfast here, but we'll do some filming here on the way across. I'm sure it's going to be beautiful. So we'll see you soon. Yes, it was pitch black when we took off for the ferry. We'll be leaving from the Horseshoe Bay Ferry Terminal and headed to the city of Nanaimo on Vancouver Island. After disembarking, we'll head up the eastern coast to Campbell River. But for now, we'll wait in queue for boarding.
I saw a whale a few minutes ago, just the splashing of it. Oh, there's one right there. Hold on, maybe you can, do you see the splash? How cool is that? Come on. Oh, there it goes again. Hopefully the camera caught it. Neat. Anyway, I just love this, so hopefully we'll see some more.
I have to chuckle some. The locals ran to the breakfast line while we meandered our way there. All of them had been done eating for 20 to 30 minutes before we were even served. The moral of the story is, if you take this ferry and you're hungry, run, run, run. The Aegis crew had encountered a group of guys that were doing a group ride on the island over the weekend. While waiting, we swapped stories and answered questions about our bikes and gear. These weekend warriors were riding all the way to the top of the island in one day and then back the next. Although we were going to take a more relaxed approach, I hope they had a safe and fun mini vacation. The main artery from south to north is Highway 19. We will ride this highway going north and south, but for today we're cutting over to Highway 19A, which will take us along the coast. Vancouver Island is split in half by population. Most of its residents live in the southern half along the coast. The interior and northern half is sparsely populated. There are some logging roads that head up into the mountains, but on this time-limited trip, those back roads will have to wait. Our coastal ride takes us along the Strait of Georgia, an arm of the Salish Sea. The strait is 150 miles long and separates Vancouver Island from mainland Canada and Washington State in the U.S. There are numerous bays along our route that I'll label so you can follow along on a map if you wish. There are several ferries that sail between Vancouver Island and islands within the Strait of Georgia. There are also ferries that sail to small communities along the rugged British Columbia coast that are accessible only by boat. Pretty cool, I think. We'll pass by one such ferry later. I would like to note that if you have an opportunity for a lengthy stay on the island, there are parks and trails too many to list. I still like to hike trails, but when I was young, hiking and camping at parks made for an inexpensive vacation or weekend getaway. That is still the case today if you are on a tight budget. At Buckley Bay, British Columbia, you'll find the car ferry to Denman Island. The BC ferry runs about every hour from 7 a.m. to about 9:30 p.m. It costs about $8 per person and $20 per vehicle. I highly recommend booking online, but they do take non-reserved spots on a first-come basis. Denman Island has a rich indigenous history and is worth the effort if one has the time. A day trip or overnight is possible with services available. Courtenay, BC is a medium-sized city of about 26,000 residents and is adjacent to Comox. For thousands of years, the area has been inhabited by First Nation tribes. However, a smallpox outbreak in 1862 left the indigenous population at only about 100 people. During the late 1800s, the area became a shipping port and European settlement area. Today, Courtenay is the largest city in the Comox Valley. After leaving Courtenay, I attempted to locate a road that would take us along the coast. Unfortunately, I missed the road, and by the time I discovered the error, we were well past the turnoff. We decided to carry on through the countryside of the Comox Valley before rejoining 19A. We've seen many motorcycles on the island already, but this slingshot was the only one we saw. Slingshots are quite popular in southern Florida where I'm from, so it surprised me that we didn't see more on the island. Maybe someone needs to start a rental company. Just saying. At Oyster Bay, we arrived back along the coast. From here, we'll be able to ride the coast all the way to Campbell River. Eventually, we make it to Campbell River, our stopping point for the evening. There's no doubt that this is a tourist destination, and I can see why. There are seaside parks for miles along the eastern coast south of town, with hotels overlooking the beach. The driftwood whale sculpture at Ken Ford Park is a must-see. It's just truly amazing. Ellis Park stood out with its stunning flowers along the road. Very pretty, huh? We ride into town to fuel up and get a little bit of a break in before heading to the hotel. At the hotel, we decide to take a walk on the beach because it's just so nice here. So join us as we hit the beach.
They come and buy on scooters. And there's those white birds out there too.
But we were up here.
Yeah. Very cool.
They got a tent
These look like big dandelions, or tall dandelions. Here's the restaurant we're going to tonight. The Tap and Grill. Shoot, I imagine these are real, but I don't know. They sure look real. Those are just beautiful. These flowers, wow. This place is loaded with flowers. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Here's our hotel, the Heron's Landing. Doesn't have any flowers, but it's kind of cute. We had such a nice evening at that restaurant, and we tried a new beer. It was very good. Had tropical infusion of some sort. But anyway, we're off tomorrow to Port Hardy.
Well, that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow when we head north here on Vancouver Island. Take care.